You are watching the Country Bear Collector Show, and today on the show, ladies and gentlemen, we have probably one of the greatest releases related to the Country Bear Jamboree that has ever been put out. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2019 two-volume set called Marc Davis's, in his own words, Imagineering the Disney Theme Parks. Now what this is a two-volume set of these big, heavy, sort of coffee table-ish books, but there is a ton of information in here, and it is all about Marc Davis, the man who designed so many amazing things at the Disney parks, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Country Bear Jamboree. You can see Teddy Bear is right there on the front of the whole box, and then you got Big Al who's on the cover of Volume 2 because this is where all the Country Bear stuff is. And we're going to get to that in 1 second, but I just want to say this was put together by Pete Docter, who you may know from Pixar, and Christopher Merritt, who is a Walt Disney Imagineer. Now, I will say right off the top that Christopher Merritt very graciously gave me this box set with the hope that I would review it on the show. So Christopher, thank you very much. But that being said, I am going to give this a fair review. Just because it was a gift doesn't mean that I'm going to go easy on it. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty amazing. Now, you got a two-volume set. You got two of these big, heavy books here that have just amazing artwork and amazing archival stuff and amazing photos that you've never seen before, but we are here to talk about the Country Bear Jamboree. Now, I will say, before I open this book, I will preface this by saying, I'm going to show you a few pages, but I'm not going to show you all the pages. Why? Because if you are a Country Bear and Disney Park fan, you need to get this book. You need to get your paws on this book. But let me take a look at the inside here. You are going to see things that you have never, ever seen before. You're going to see archival images that have never been released to the public. Now, all these are early Bear Band concepts. Now, in the beginning, it wasn't necessarily going to be country music. There was an idea for some jazz and different styles of music. And these are all concept sketches by Marc Davis. Now, I want to show you. This is one of my favorite ones right here. Look at this. It's Trixie playing the piano. And I think that's a really fascinating piece of concept art. I love this. It's almost like what could have been Trixie. Now, I don't know if that's specifically Trixie or she was Trixie at that point, but this is just amazing. Now, you are just going to see page after page in this book of amazing pictures by Marc Davis and from the Walt Disney Archives. They talk about Albertino, who Big Al was based on. And they have some of we can call him Big Al, Albertino's storyboards for the whole show. And it's just absolutely amazing. It talks about the theater design. Ladies and gentlemen, I counted. There are 56 pages in this book dedicated to the Country Bear Jamboree. If you are a Country Bear Jamboree fan, this is a no-brainer. You gotta get this book because from top to bottom, it's just an amazing book. Look at this. This is concepts for slides that were gonna be used in the show. You know how Bunny, Bubbles, and Beulah have the slides going on behind them? This is a concept for a song that ultimately was not used in the Country Bear Jamboree. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, this book is just absolutely amazing, and it just keeps going and going, and it talks about building the theater, and it talks about, the different design on the bears and the machinists who worked on it. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a story in here about Walt's last visit to Imagineering and his last visit with Marc Davis. And some of you probably heard it before, but if you haven't, you gotta get this book. You gotta read it. It is amazing. 56 pages on the Country Bear Jamboree. Now, if you're like me, there's a ton of other attractions talked about in here that you're big fans of. America Sings is in here. The Haunted Mansion, of course, and Pirates of the Caribbean. But America Sings. World of Motion is in here. And of course, if you don't know about this, you need to look it up. The Western River Expedition. It's all in here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an amazing two-volume set that is a must for any Disney fan and a certain must for any Country Bear fan. Now, I will say this. It's these big, heavy books. They're big, heavy coffee table books. The price tag on this can be a little bit expensive, can even be over $100. Now, I've seen it a couple different places for different things, so if I was going to be critical about anything, I will say it's an expensive book, but my friends, it is worth every single penny because this is just a truly amazing book. And Pete Docter and Christopher Merritt, and I'm not just saying that, Christopher, because I know you're listening, just went all out, and this is a top notch. And I cannot, ladies and gentlemen, give this set anything less than 4 paws, the highest rating I could. I would even add another paw in there to make this 5 paws because, friends, this is absolutely amazing. You got to get this set. You got to check it out. If it's maybe they have it at your library, whatever, get a hold of this book. Check it out. You are going to love it. You are going to see things that you have never, ever seen before. And that's it. I'm going to wrap up the show because I'm going to keep reading these books because they're so amazing. If you enjoy the show, make sure that you follow us on social media. Give us that big old thumbs up so we know you want more episodes. And if you really love the show, make sure you subscribe. You can do so on YouTube or Apple Podcasts. That way you get new episodes the moment they are released. That'll do it for this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Christopher, for this amazing book. It's one of my prized possessions. We'll talk to you next time right here on the Country Bear Collector Show.
If you enjoyed the show, give us a like and click the subscribe button. If you'd like to see the show continue, consider supporting Saturday Morning Media via Patreon at patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.